Shalom, Yahavashim, Shabbat, to all the brothers, Shalom, Yahavashimar. I thought my Shalom, Shah to all the sisters, all right? I.S.U.P.K, Minnesota, with Lashawan, Qadash. Of course, we are going to go over a few things. If anybody got any questions or concerns, put it in the chat. Yeah, go ahead, put it in the chat. I'll go ahead and answer it. Let me see. Also, to I believe a sister last week during Sabbath service, she asked pretty much how to use the Hebrew, Greek, interlinear Bible app. And so I will be demonstrating that as well later in the class. Otherwise, I do want to get to the basics. So, of course, every time that we do Lashawan Qadash, we want to get into the actual alphabet. The alphabet is going to help you know how to pronounce it and write it out and to understand it. That's the main goal. That's the main point. You can know 1,001 Hebrew words, but you need to know how it's structured. If you don't know how it's put together, you don't know the actual Hebrew. Okay? And plus, do not say nothing in Hebrew if you do not know what it means. All right? So if you have a question about what something means in Hebrew, put it in the chat. All right? If I don't know it right away, we can go over it. Okay? But I'll just say, like, I mean, if any language that you may speak and you don't know exactly what it means, you know, do some research. Otherwise, have somebody help you with research. Lashawan Qadash, this is where you get your questions answered. All right? Or you get some help getting your questions answered. So if I don't know something right away, I'll help you figure it out. All right? And I'll do it in front of the whole class so that way everybody else, you know, knows the answer who might have the same question. All right? So anyway, let me see. Hey, Shalom, Yahavashimar, Shah to all the sisters, all right? We got the sister Yapa in the building. We got the sister, South Dakota, known as, Dashamawa. Otherwise, we got the sister Marakapath or Son in Christ, all right? So, yeah, so if you guys have questions, if I can't answer it right away, because I do have a lesson that I do want to teach based on vocabulary, y'all can still ask the questions, and I can get it for next week if y'all are patient enough, okay? If y'all not patient enough, I'll figure it out. I'll do my best to figure it out, all right? You know what I mean? Because, we all have a lot of questions as far as scriptures, Hebrew words, learning this, learning that, and just, trying to get the answer right away, okay? If it's urgent, let me know that it's urgent. If it's not, you know what I mean, it can wait until next week, okay? Otherwise, Salaki. Shalom, Yahavashimar, Ba'ashim Yahushua to my sister Kawa. How you doing, sis? You know what I mean? It's been a while. I hope to see you very soon. All right. So yeah, so anyway, let me jump into it. All right. It's 7:30. It's actually 7:40. So I'm gonna get into it. If I need to, I'm gonna drag the class a little longer, probably about 10 minutes or so, just to get the lesson across. All right. So once again, if you got questions that you want me to answer for today, if there is time, put it in the chat. If there's not time, still put it in the chat for next week. All right. If y'all could, I would appreciate it. Also too, like, I mean, if you guys ask questions, that's going to be the whole class based on what you guys are asking about. No different than any regular class. Tuesday, brotherhood class. Wednesday, scripture breakdown for Minnesota. But otherwise, headquarters, Thursday. If you got a question about a precept that you want to get broken down, that's when you ask the question. But always have it ready, though. You know what I mean? But of course, if something comes up later in the middle of class, no sweat. Go ahead and ask that question. All right? All right. So of course we are going to start off with the alphabet. The Lashawan Qadash, which is the Holy Tongue, the ancient Hebrew Paleo language, which is given to Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans or Native Indians, so-called, right? That's the language that's given to, which is us, okay? If you are not a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you should probably just, move along, all right? Because this is only for a specific people, and based on what the Lord said, are chosen people, okay? So yeah, let me see, it's a lot. Most High Christ is, damn right, sis. Can't wait to see you. Yeah, can't wait to see you, and your husband and the baby. Most High Christ. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemashar, Barakatah to the brother, Allah. How you doing, warrior? Yeah, you're damn right. All right, no sweat. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? All right. So we know that the first letter of the ancient Hebrew is going to be the right? It's a lot for that. Second. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do this like this. All right. So what I did was I wrote the symbol of in the Hebrew, and I'm only doing the Hebrew. I'm not doing the Syrian this week. So you have the symbol, and then you actually have the actual how it's pronounced, which is right? And I'm going to use a word in Hebrew that starts with okay? All right. All right. So the word is ashkawal. Okay. Now I'm doing this a little bit different as well, so that way we can, you know, speed past it just a little bit. So we have ashkawal. All right. Ashkawal is the word in Hebrew. Okay. Of course, this is the English version. We are going to get into the Hebrew, how to break it down, and exactly what does it mean. Okay. All right. So at the top, you're going to see the English, and at the bottom, you are going to see the Hebrew. All right. Now, as far as what it means, right? Go on the slide. Good. As far as what it means, I will get into that in a second. Give me a second. All right, let me see something quick. If y'all could, but Rashad, can everybody see that? on the board. Okay. All right. So the first one, the first letter of the ancient Hebrew is going to be ah, right? Or up. It's like up, up. That's how you say it, up, right? But this word right here is going to be ashkawal. Ashkawal. All right? Ashkawal. And what this word means is cluster. All right? Actually, I do want to write it a little bit better than that. That's fine. All right, it means cluster, okay? So, I mean, I would assume that a lot of people should know what cluster means by definition, okay? And really it's just a group of similar things or people positioned or pretty much occurring closely together. So cluster. So think of a group of things or people. It can mean a whole lot of things, all right? So yeah, cluster, okay? That's what the word means. Make sure you guys are taking notes of this because once again, this is very important. A lot of the words that we go over in Lashawan Qadash, we are going to go over in a different time. Just make sure that you guys are prepared and ready. Set yourself up for success, not failure. All right? So when a question comes up, you already know the answer. Instead of trying to find the answer. All right, moving on. All right, the next one's going to be but. That's the symbol. That's how you say it. But, B-A, but. Okay? I'm starting out with BA because that's the starting point. But, right? That's the key. The word is bawar. Bawar is Hebrew. Bawar is the word. Okay? In the English. But let's do the Hebrew. That's the Hebrew. Bawar. All right? Bawar is the word. Now, very soon, I'm gonna give you guys some homework and just ask you what does these words mean in Hebrew for next week. All right? Or better yet, I'll say probably the next couple of weeks. So I got some other lessons already planned. Okay. All right. So Reward means this right here. The word reward means ignorant. All right. I'm sure a lot of people know the precept where it says, if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. I want to say that that might have been Paul, maybe. Otherwise, there's a precept about that as far as ignorance. If someone is ignorant, let them be ignorant. And that's pretty much in the context of after you have told them the truth, you showed them the truth, and they continue to do whatever the hell that they want to do that is against the Most High, don't stop them. Because you already spoke up, you gave them the opportunity, and they did not, follow through. Also, too, there's another precept where it says, do not cast pearls amongst the swine. One second, somebody. All right. Hold on one second, Salaki. All right, so yeah, so if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. All right, and there's so many more precepts about that. Otherwise, if you told the truth to someone multiple times, again and again, and they do not hear you out, don't cast your pearls amongst the swine. Don't try to force the truth on anybody. In the I.S.U.P.K, we do not force crowns on anybody's head. Always understand that. We don't force crowns on anybody's heads. All right? Either you're with it or you're not. That's how it goes. Okay? That's how it is. We don't want nobody who is weak in here. We don't want no whores in here. We don't want no gossipers in here. We don't want no drug addicts in here. But if you are one of those many things that I just named, and you're trying to change your life, come to class and change your life. But don't come to class and be the same thing. This is not the Christian church. In the Christian church, you can be whoever you want to be and still be the same and feel accepted. In the I.S.U.P.K, you cannot be none of those things and stay that way. You are going to change. That is the requirement because it comes from the Lord. Watch your mouth. Watch what you say, how you think. Watch your emotions. No one cares that you're on your flower, your period. No one cares that you're mad and upset. Watch your mouth. Watch how you think. Watch everything. How we say, watch yourself. Watch yourself in all cases, man. Don't be ignorant. Don't be foolish, is what the Bible says. Watch yourself and be careful, because demons will try to use you for a purpose. How about this? How about you fight against that demon and you let the Spirit of the Most High move through you, help you to do something righteous, to do something great? How about the Spirit of the Most High help you to do something better instead of Satan using you to do something that's going to be against the Most High? Watch yourself now. Be careful what you say about somebody. And watch it also in your thoughts. All right? Don't be ignorant. Don't be foolish. Don't be deceived and so gullible to how you feel and what you think. Be careful. Because demons are real. And demons are everywhere. They are all over the place. You just can't see them. if you're not seasoned enough. The demons are everywhere. All right. For example, as I'm teaching this class, demons are everywhere. Angels are everywhere. All right. If you know about the fourth dimension, it's like the fourth dimension, you would know how the Lord has things operating in the earth. So be careful. Okay. Don't entertain things that are bad, but you have to be seasoned enough to know whether it's bad or good. That's why, once again, coming to the UPK, get grounded. Grounded meaning have a foundation and get complete understanding. Not only watch classes online, but really know what is really going on. Know exactly every aspect. Analyze, you know what I mean? Analyze the precepts, the brotherhood, the sisterhood. So you know what to do and what not to do. All right. One thing that you do not want to be is ignorant. All right. Don't be ignorant, man. Okay. And don't be a hypocrite. Don't be foolish. Don't embarrass yourself and your people, your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your family, your camp leader. All right. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to anybody else. All right. So I just want to, elaborate on that part. Okay. All right. So next one is going to be the G. All right. 1 second. Slovakia. One second. Slovakia. All right. All right, this right here is going to be the G-A. So the word is going to be gabar, okay? Gabar is the word. Now, if that doesn't help, that's what I would do, right? Gabar, okay? Gabar. Now, of course, we have brothers all over in the school who have, this name, Gabar, right? You got you got Amagabar, Kanagabar, yeah, a lot. Actually, so like you got a brother named Gabar in the school. I mean, so you may see this name or you may see this word a lot, but what it ultimately means is this right here. Before I get into that, let's get into the Hebrew. Gabar, all right, that's in the Hebrew. Gabar is how you write it out. Gabar, okay, which means warrior. All right, it means warrior. Now, based on how the word is used, it may change. Okay. Okay, select. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I think the camera has a little bit of autofocus, so select for that. Otherwise, can you see it right now? I see one sister said it is Tawab. All right, yeah, all right, okay. Yeah, it should be Tawab because I'm looking at it right now. It should be all right. All right, so Kabar is going to be warrior, right? All right, let's move on to the next one. It's going to be Duh. All right. So it's going to be Duh. Now, of course, this is what it is right here. It's going to be dumb. All right, dumb. D-A-M, dumb. All right, you got the duh and the muh, so dumb. Okay, so all right, dumb. All right, so dumb, of course. Let me see. All right, no switch. All right, no switch. It's a light. I mean, if the light is the issue, let me see. Is it my shadow? Just let me know. It's a light. All right, so dom, right? Dom is going to be blood. I believe I mentioned this before. So blood. So dom is blood, of course, by itself. But like I believe I used an example not too long ago about flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. You might have seen this word already. Okay. If not, that is a previous class that I did either a couple of weeks ago or maybe a year or two ago. All right. We have her. Okay. The word is halak. Halak is the Hebrew word. I've actually went over this word multiple times. If anybody that's online recalls the word, okay? The word is halak. All right. Halak in the Hebrew, you got the ha, the la, and the ka. Halak. Okay? And the word means walk. Halak means walk, or otherwise go. That's what the word means. Moving on. We have the what. Okay? What. It looks like a Y, but it's not. What is the next letter. The word in Hebrew is wa. Wa. Now, it may sound a little strange or funny to most people because babies might say this, wa, meaning water, right? I want some water. Or in some cases, I heard, nieces and nephews or, other people's children, may say, wawa as juice. Okay, wawa water is what usually we know this by, right? But this is actually in Hebrew, wawa. And wawa in the Hebrew means this right here. But of course, 1 second. That's how you write it in Hebrew. It's by itself. The was by itself. The other was is by itself. So wawa. All right. Now, it means this right here in Hebrew. It means hook. All right. Everyone knows what a hook is, so that's what it means. Wawa is hook in Hebrew. All right. And by the way, all these are just random, just to get in some new vocabulary, because sooner or later, a lot of the words that we are learning every week, we are going to use this in a sentence, just to explain and demonstrate how to use the Hebrew. Okay. And this is good practice, by the way. And also, some of these words is good to know, so that you have some knowledge. So instead of asking a question like, what does, warrior mean? You already know. What does blood mean? Here you go. How do you say walk in Hebrew? It's right here. Okay. So, that's good practice for us, all right? All right. Now we have the. Okay. Oh, wait, wait, yeah, we have the. Okay. This is the word right here. Set that over. And Zakar. Zakar is the word. So the only Zakar that I know in U.K. is going to be Captain Zakar out there from New York. I forget which city he's over, either Brooklyn or the Bronx. I forget necessarily, but Zakar, okay? Captain Zakar or otherwise Zakar, all right? An amazing captain. He's been around for such a long time. I mean, man, such a long time. All right, he's amazing, man. Amazing brother. Um, Man, honestly, if I may select it, if I told you what his age is, he doesn't look nowhere near close to his age. I would say he doesn't look 15 years close to his age at all. You know what I mean? Like black don't crack like a motherfucker. It's a lot. You know what I mean? When it comes to Israel, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, we do not crack at all. You know what I mean? I done met a lot of tribes in my own state and outside of my state. And when I tell you we do not crack, we don't crack at all. All right? Our features are very much solid, and we can age and age and age and still look the same. Okay? All right, so Zakar. So of course I had mentioned this before, right? See how the Z, which is by itself, right? The Z, right? It's by itself. When there's a loop underneath, that means that's by itself. That's called a open parenthesis, right? When it's connected, that means that it's joined together. That's called a connector. Well, I mean, that is the same thing as well, as far as the Z, but when it's connected like this, it's joined together, right? That's called a closed parenthesis. So it's joined together. That's why you get the K and the R, but the A drops off. So Zakar, not Zakara. Zakar. Okay? Zakar is the word, and what does it mean? Remember. Remember is the word, the definition. Remember, Zakar. All right. It has a little bit more meaning to it. Once you actually add some things to it, okay? All right, so all right, no sweat. All right, let me see here. Next one's going to be K, all right? Not K-A, as in K, but it's going to be more aggressive. K, all right? Like we have Captain Kaptaza. You know what I mean? Kaptaza, all right? Ka is the word, or it's like it's the letter, and the word is going to be, but yeah. Once again, we are using the base so we can understand how to pronounce the actual letters of the alphabet. The word in Hebrew is going to be kashak. Kashak. Okay, like for example, if you know how the Somalians, or Africans kind of speak, when they speak, it sounds aggressive, and it sounds like they're about to spit up, mucus, right? You know what I mean? Like I can't really imitate how they speak, but it's like, it just sounds like it's a lot of noise and they're about to spit up something, right? So you got K, which is K-A, so K, right? That sounds more light. But the K, like K, K, that's more of aggressive. And you use more force when you say the word, all right, or the letters, like, you know what I mean? So like once again, we got a captain. Captain Kataza. It's not Kataza, it's Kataza. You know what I mean? It's more force with it. All right. So a lot of people may say cha, cha. It's not cha because this is not English. It's still Hebrew, but it's in a form of English, if that makes sense. All right. Let me see. So yeah, Lashawan for Dash, right? It's not. Let me see. La. So I'm gonna use some different. Let me see. Let me see. Then yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm so used to the Hebrew that all I see is Hebrew. I don't see English. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Yeah. So for example, right, we see the word dom, right? Dom. A lot of people would think that means that's saying damn, but you got to go based on the alphabet. This is a duh, so duh, and this right here is a muh, which is right here, right? So dumb, not damn. It's dumb. And what's funny is, as a kid, when I heard the word damn, I thought it was DAM, but now there's an N at the end. You know what I mean? So I thought it was DAM, but it's actually DAMN. Damn. But I guess they say that the N you can't really hear the silent, whatever, right? Otherwise, let me see. Let me see. So like for it's a car, right? I might have said in my own mind, just being in the world, I would have said Zakar instead of Zakar. In my mind, Zakar would have an H at the end, or at the end of the A. Zakar, right? You know what I mean? Because what's funny is you got brothers whose name may be a car, or Drakar. I want to say I met a brother. His name was Daquar. You know what I mean? So the Kar. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But the Zakar is it's more like there should be an H in there, but that's not necessarily Hebrew. You know what I mean? Not like for this, like for example, WAR is war, right? But we pronounce it as war. So instead of war, it's war. Okay. All right. So anyway, moving on. So Kashak, right? Kashak. Okay. All right. Let's get the Hebrew. All right. Kashak is going. That's what's going to be in the Hebrew. All right. Otherwise, what does it mean? It means darkness. Okay. That's what the word means. We want to move forward so we can get this next lesson on the board. All right. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Um, all right. Next one's going to be tough. Tough. T-A. Tough. All right. Tough. All right. The word is tarya. So actually, it sounds like the English tar. You know what I mean? Tar is that thick, how do I say, that thick material or substance, I guess. I don't know. Liquid, tar, for example, right? So as far as like cigarettes, it has tar. You know what I mean? It's this slimy, gooey thing that is not bad. I mean, it's just like not good for you. It's very bad for your heart and for your lungs. Um, and it's very dangerous. Over time, it will catch up, to you. Um, as a lot of people should know, who probably don't know, tar was used against slaves. So, like as a form of punishment, they would have jars of tar. Which I mean, if you don't know what it is, once again, just go ahead and look it up. Tar is this thick liquid, right? It looks slimy. It's like a brown black color, and as a form of punishment, they will lay the tar on a bed or like a flat surface, and they will put the slave on the tar, and tar can be hot. Tar is very sticky, you know what I mean? So it doesn't come off easily off your skin. It's just contact with your skin. And if it comes off of your skin, if you have contact with it, it can rip off your skin. You know what I mean? So that was a form of punishment for the slaves, if I may. All right, so tar, T-A-R, tar. As far as I know, I believe that's correct. Let me see. Right, yeah. So tar, yeah, T-A-R. All right. So yeah, otherwise today, so they speak, it is used as a base for coatings, paints, and roofings, paving, and as a binder in asphalt products. All right. So you have different versions of tar as far as what it's used for, but as far as punishment, when it came to the slaves, for those that that were enslaved, they would lay us down, you know what I mean, on a bed of tar or a surface, a flat surface of tar, a table, whatever, or otherwise they would throw it on our backs and throw feathers at us as well as a joke, as imitation entertainment. Okay. If you guys have not, if no one has watched Roots, watch Roots. All right. If you have not watched any other slave movie, watch every slave movie because good night. It is very hard to watch, but it is, educational just to give you an insight of what was done to us if you don't have really much knowledge of what was done to us. All right. Plus a lot has happened to us as a people that happened back then and what's going on right now. There's so much to really learn and understand. Like I would say to this day, there's most likely things that you don't know about that you're seeing in front of your face that happened to us back then. Until you watch a class, you get a history class, a breakdown, so on and so forth. All right. Hopefully that gives you, give you an idea of what to ask about next time class comes up in your city or outside of your city. All right. So like it, just that was a little a little history. But otherwise, Tarya, all right, Tarya is the word, which means fresh. It means fresh. Otherwise, Hebrew. All right, Tarya. Oh, slap, my bad. Good enough. There we go, Tarya. Okay, it means fresh in Hebrew. All right, moving on. You have the okay? All right, so we have the which is next. The word is Yeshab. We use this word all the time for the Sabbath service. Okay? Yeshab is one word. Yeshabiyah is another word. Okay? Yeshabiyah is more direct. Yeshab is singular, meaning just, it's more singular. I'm going, okay, it's like it actually. It's like it. Yeshab is direct. Yeshabiyah is more plural, if that makes sense. Okay? So, for example, Yeshab, right? So, of course, put it in the Hebrew, right? You have the the Sh, and the B. Yashab. Yashab. The A drops off from the B. Okay? The word means sit or dwell. And so sit or dwell, right? Now, if you say Yashab Ya, that means to sit. Okay? Now, if you say Yashab Yum, that's more everyone sits. But at the same time, Yashab Ya is pretty much everyone sits, you know what I mean? Or Yashab Yum. Okay? Alright, so move forward. That's the Ya. We have the Ka. We have the Ka, right? Ka. Let's get into it. So we have the word Kara. Kara is the word. Let's put it in Hebrew. All right. All right. So Karat is the word. Okay. All right. And what this word means is cut. All right. C-U-T. Cut. Karat. Cut. All right. Let's get it. The next letter is going to be La. Lasa. Okay. Lasa is the word. All right. It goes to Hebrew. All right. Lasa. Okay. Which is jaw. All right, jaw. So your actual jaw. All right, so Salaki, I did want to get into one lesson, another lesson, a part, well, not really a part two, but a different lesson after this. But it looks like we might not be able to do it, which is it's not too bad. So I'll just say right now, I want to get into body parts, right? Just knowing what different body parts are, your eyes, your nose, your hand, uh, foot or feet, your leg, your stomach, your head, or the word body in Hebrew. So it looks like I'm gonna have to get that next week, which is not too bad because this is still a part of vocabulary. This is good just to get something simple, nothing too complex. We want to, manage it out pretty well. So, Salakia, next week is going to be body parts. This week is more of this week is more just kind of dragging out each letter of the alphabet. But moving forward, I would say that this will already be on the board and we can move on to the next section or lesson that I may have, okay? All right, so otherwise, I still don't see no questions in the chat, so I'm assuming no one has any questions. All right, I will hope that if you have some right now, you let me know. Otherwise, you can call the U.P.K. All right, you can call us in Minnesota. Contact us through social media, through phone, email. All right, 612-524-9544, which is the phone number. If you have any questions about Lashawan Qadash or about, life in general, counsel, therapy, things of that sort, our email is I.S.U.P.K Minneapolis at gmail.com. I.S.U.P.K Minneapolis at gmail.com. Otherwise, I.S.U.P.K Minnesota, all caps, on Facebook, our social media for Instagram, U.P.K Minneapolis on Instagram, YouTube, No Cowards, Minnesota. All right. So let's keep going. All right. So might as well, finish off a little strong right now. All right. So that's going to be the la. Lasaf is the word, which is jaw. All right. Your actual jaw. All right. So now we have ma, right? And this is the word. All right. All right. That's the word. How you pronounce it in English. And this is the actual Hebrew right here. Mapathat. Mapathat is the word. Mapathat. All right. You got the ma, you got the pa, the tha, and the ka, which are connected together. The ma and the pa are separate, singular by itself. The tha and the ka are connected, which joins them together, which is plural in a sense. All right. Open parenthesis, close close parenthesis. All right. So that's the ma. All right. So the ma, once again, the ma is by itself, the pa is by itself. It's a singular character because these are characters. Just to let you know, like it's direction on how to pronounce the actual letters. All right. The actual words. So the ma is going to be singular, which is ma by itself. The pa, same thing. The tha and the ka is going to be connected together. So that makes it plural. But of course, something drops off. So a ka, of course, right? Which is at the top. CHAA. Something's going to have to drop off. The two A's are going to drop off. So you have mapathak instead of mapathakha. Mapathak instead of mapathakya, right? Or mapathaka, better yet, I should say. So mapathak instead of mapathaka. All right. So yeah, when it's connected, something drops off the two A's. All right. All right. So, and this word simply means key. It means key. Okay, and you can use that for a lot of different things. So yeah. All right. Of course, we have the nut, which is next. We have the nut. Okay, N-A, nut. The word is going to be Nepal. Nepal. All right. You got the na as a starting base, Paul as the later base. Nepal. Okay. Na is the base. Paul is going to be the suffix afterwards. Nepal. And here goes the Hebrew. You got the na, the pa, and the la. The pa and the la is going to be connected. The a drops off from the la towards the end of the word, not the beginning. That's why I said P-A-L, Paul, is more of a suffix. The na is going to be the prefix, or you know, the beginning of it. All right. And the word Nepal means fall. It kind of rhymes the way. Fall. Now this is like when it says fall, it's actually talking about fall, as in falling. All right. And this can be used in many contexts. All right. So Nepal is actually fall in Hebrew. All right. You have sa. So I could lock it. All right. That's going to be sa. S-A. Sa. All right. All right. So sa. All right. So the word is sa. Salak. So letter is sa. The word is salak. So everyone should actually recognize what this is. I'll give y'all a second real quick. What does, does anybody recognize salak? Salak, 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 right? I'm going to keep saying it like that on purpose. What do you think this word actually means? Can anybody tell me in the chat before I move on? The word is salak. It's a root word of a word that we always use in I.S.U.P.K right now. Salak. Anybody in the chat? Anybody? Anybody in the chat? Salak. What do you think that means in Hebrew? It's really not far different at all from what we say in I.S.U.P.K all the time, every day, all day. Okay, I got one answer. Let me hear one more. I got one answer from the sister Kawa. Let me see. Let me see. Who's been paying attention? I got one answer. All right. Okay, that's close. Um, that's kind of on the context, but not the exact Hebrew word. But that's not too bad. All right, so since I got a second response, right? It's the first one. The sister said excuse, right? So salat, by definition, means forgive or excuse, right? Not excuse, like you're making excuses, but more like forgive or excuse, like excuse means like you're walking past somebody, but you're walking in the way. Oh, Salaki, excuse me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but excuse me. Let me pass by you. All right. So Salakia. All right. So okay. So I see a lot of brothers and sisters. They say Salakia. That's not Hebrew at all. So all right. So Salakia is not Hebrew whatsoever. Salakya. Salakya is Hebrew. That's saying pretty much sorry. I apologize. Forgive me. Well, actually, Salakia is forgive me or excuse me by definition. But I apologize. I'm sorry. Forgive me, excuse me. Salak is forgive or excuse. The ya is the suffix for my, my, right? So, for example, all right, so we already got all this right here. If you have not wrote this down, you should have wrote it down from the way beginning. If not, then watch the class later. All right. So let me give you an example. Right. Let me erase this. All right. So once again, right. So the word salat. All right. So the word salat, right. Right. So it means forgive or excuse, right? That's what salat means by definition. Now, of course, this means all right. So you see the difference, right? Salat means forgive or excuse. Salakia means forgive me or excuse me. Now, this right here is not Hebrew. Last thing I want to put on the board, right? Like okay, so based on how people okay, based on how brothers and sisters who are still learning, they might get this incorrect, which is no sweat. But there's nothing wrong with correction as well. Salak. So this is what I hear, right? This right here is not Hebrew. Okay? So you see the problem, right? The problem is this right here. It's that E sound. Salakia. There's no E. There's no vowels in ancient Hebrew. Salakia is not a word at all. It's simple as this. Oh, okay, like as far as Hebrew, right? It has to match up with the Hebrew in order for it to sound Hebrew. Like for example, you got people in fake Israelites, fake Israelite groups who say Shalom. Now it may sound like it's Hebrew. That's not Hebrew at all. It's Shalom. Shalom, not Shalom with an O. There's no O's in Hebrew. All right? It's Shalom. Shalom. All right? Not Shalom. Shalom. That's not Hebrew. It's Shalom. Okay? That's what it is. So, for example, Salak, right? Salak is forgive or excuse. Salak, ya, forgive me, excuse me. Salakia is not a word. I don't know what the hell that is. That's not Hebrew. You want to put that in the trash ASAP, all right? Baba Kasha. And Baba Kasha is, of course, please in Hebrew. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, I started off, actually, it's like, the sub was the last thing that we went over, I believe. Yeah, kind of. All right. I got a few more to go over, and then we are going to end the class. And selecting for the board. All right. All right, sir. So everyone should know it's Salakia, not Salakiya. All right. There's no E's in Hebrew. All right, so the word is going to be I-Thayad. I-Thayad is the word, right? Okay. That's the Hebrew. You got it in the English form and in the ancient Paleo form as well. I-Thayad. Okay. Which means future in Hebrew. As far as the definition, future. I-Thayad. I-Thayad is going to be future in Hebrew. All right. I'm going to keep moving forward so the class will end in a minute. We have P. All right. P. You got PA, which is puh, and then you have the huh, which is connected. The puh and the huh, which makes puh. Once it's towards the end of the word, what happens? Something falls off, so you have puh. Okay? So the A drops off from the huh, so now you have PAH, which sounds like this right here by itself. So puh. And what does this mean? It means mouth. The mouth that you speak with, mouth. All right. Okay. Tza. All right. Tza. There we go. Tazadak is the word. Tazadak. Okay. Tazadak. Tazadak is how you would write it in the Hebrew and how you say it in English. Tazadak. Tazadak. All right. And what this means in Hebrew, as far as the definition, it means justice. Justice. You know what? It's like it. That don't sound like justice. Like it. Justice. There you go. That looks better. All right. All right. We have the qua. The qua. Okay. The word is quadam. Okay. All right, so quadam, right? You may hear this word also in Sabbath service, where we say imaji, wapanya, waha quadam, okay? Which quadam means east. So you facing the east is what waha quadam means. So quadam by itself is east. Waha quadam, face the east, is what that means. East. Quadam. East. Why do we face the east? It's because that's what the Bible tells us, because that's where Jerusalem, our home, our land was at. So wherever the sun rises, that's home. That's the east. Face the east. Always. Wherever you are at in the world, face the east. Don't face the north, the west, or the south. You are praying to somebody else. You're not praying to the Most High. You're praying to somebody else. All right. So that's east. Quadam. All right. All right. So, let's see. Keep going. We have Ra. Okay. We have Rataza. Rataza. Rataza is how you would say it. Sorry. Let me switch that apart real quick. Rataza. Rataza. Okay? And what this means is race. It means race. Rataza. Okay? Rataza. All right, let's keep going. We have sh. Okay, sh. The word is shamak. Shamak is the word. Shamak. Okay? Which means joy in Hebrew. Joy. Happiness. All right? Another word for joy is being merry. Being merry meaning MERRY, like Merry Christmas. Being merry is about, joy, pleasure. All right? I'll do a breakdown about that in the future as far as Christmas, Merry Christmas, and all that stuff. All right. So this is a symbol. That is the actual. That's a symbol of the letter. This is how you say it. Here's the example. Here's the definition. Okay. All right. Last one is going to be the. All right. All right. This one's a little longer. It's going to be the SHALAM. The SHALAM is how I would say it all together. The SHALAM. All right. Now the Hebrew, I'm going to write it out right here, and I'm going to write out what it means actually. Okay. So let's see. The SHALAM. The SHALAM. All right. The th is by itself, the sh is by itself, the la as well, the wa and the ma is connected. All right. So the SHALAM. Okay. What does it mean? This is very important for right now because it is Friday, right? It's Friday the 13th. No conspiracy about that, right? But this is very important to a lot of us because for some it's a good day. For others, they gotta wait next Friday, right? Or whenever, it means pay. So it's payday, all right? So if you want to say payday, it's a lot, I'm a little goofy sometimes, but payday, you would say, Yawam, which means day. Yawam is day. We went over that like a few months ago. We went over that a couple of weeks ago, months ago, even last year. All right. So Yawam Dashalawam. So Yawam Dashalawam is payday. Otherwise, if you want to say Lashawan Yawam, it's the same thing, payday. Okay? Alright, if you want to put it in the front, put it, right here towards the end, it's still payday. So Yawam, Lashalawam, is going to be payday. Otherwise, pay is Lashalawam. Pay. Okay? And you can use that as far as any context, alright? So that's pretty much what it is. Otherwise, let me see here. So actually that's it. With that being said, of course, that's it. If you guys did not put everything down as far as notes, it would have been best if you did, because you are students. If you did not, go ahead and watch the video again. Write it all down, put it in your notes, because we are going to go over this once again in the future. I pray you understand. All right? So with that being said, I want to say shalom. Yahweh Shem Shai Brakatham, so the brother shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alatham Bashim Shai, to all the sisters. All right? Shalom. It's all right for us.